So now, after the Saudi office and the Pakistani office have had a partnership contract agreement between them, now the Pakistani office can be able to manage the HR pool or the human resource pool by adding specific candidate CVs into the system. The external office can actually add many CVs in his page. Those CVs will be viewed by the partner Saudi office so that the Saudi office would be able to create employment requests for this specific candidate. Now we will dig deep into the HR pool page, which would represent the procedure of the external office, which is Pakistani office, to add a specific CVs under his organization. For the APRO, which is the HR pool, this is actually considered one of the most important pages for the APRO user because through this page, the office can add new candidates that can be created under this organization. User can add a new candidate by clicking on Add New Candidate button. After that, the candidate pre-check form would appear to the user so that APRO can be able to fill all the personal details of the candidate, starting with the candidate ID number and the candidate passport number, the candidate surname and the other names, and the date of birth for the candidate. All of the candidate's personal details should be unique, meaning that one candidate cannot be existed in more than one APRO. If so, system would display a window stating that this candidate is already existed with another APRO, in which this APRO is expected to contact the APRO to delete this candidate. And the other APRO's details are displayed for the user in order to facilitate the offline communication. So this candidate cannot be added to the organization unless the other APRO deletes it from his organization. In order to add a candidate under a specific organization, the candidate details should be unique. If user clicks on continue with a valid details, then the system would represent the full detailed form for the candidate where user can fill all the required fields, starting with the surname, other names, and the date of birth in Georgian. These personal details would be retrieved from the pre-check form. After that, user should be able to fill the gender value, whether male or female, so that the job or the occupation of the candidate would be filtered based on the selected gender. User should also fill the field of marital status, stating the status of the candidate, whether single or married, and the religion of the status, whether Muslim or non-Muslim. After that, user could select the qualifications of the candidate. User can actually select more than one value. He can also select more than one skill for the candidate. The more skills that are added to the candidate, the more easier the candidate can be searched for. After that, a user could fill the years of experience of the candidate in country and the years of experience abroad, if available. User should also fill the mobile number for the candidate. And first of all, upload the personal photo of the candidate. and the passport photo of the candidate. After that, user would be directed to the second section of the form, which is the passport details. User should fill the passport issue place and the passport issue date. And the passport expiration date. After that, user would be directed to the last section of the page, which is filling the address and the relative contact necessity information. The relative name, the relative kinship, the relative phone, and the relative address. If all the required fields are filled by the user, he can click on Save in order to save the details of the candidate. As we see here, the passport image of the candidate is a required field, so all the required fields should be filled by the user. After filling all the fields with valid data, the candidate has been successfully added to the entire pool page of this organization. After that, user can view the entered details of the candidate by clicking on View. The system would represent the user entered details, and user can also represent the details of the candidate as a PDF format by clicking on the View CV button. After that, the system would generate the user's created candidate details as a PDF format, where user can easily download the file or print the file by clicking on the print icon or the download icon. If the candidate status is available, then user should be able to edit the candidate details by clicking on Edit link. User would be directed to the candidate form where he can edit any entered value. After that, he should click on Save button in order to save the updated information. In case user wants to delete a specific candidate, this candidate status should only be under available status. If the candidate is available, then user can delete the candidate by clicking on the delete hyperlink, and then he should confirm his action by clicking on confirm. After that, the candidate would be successfully deleted from the user's organization. A very important note to consider here in this page is that each candidate is